guys, it's Summer Rayne from Homestead, Brooklyn, and it's time for your questions. First off, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who has been sending those questions. I wish I could answer them all at once, but I'm going to space them out over a series of time. And if you have questions, feel free to write them in the YouTube channel down here. At the ends of these videos, I'll be reading them. You could also reach out to me on Instagram, which is Homestead Brooklyn. And of course, if you like these videos or the other videos that I'm producing, you can subscribe to the channel, which would be marvelous. But without further ado, I am going to read the first question of the day. This one is by Jimmy24. I've made cuttings of my golden pothos and just stuck them in water, and they seem to grow very well. How come they grow so well there, but not in really wet soil? That is an excellent question, Jimmy. So plant roots actually need oxygen, and we would think that in water, when we put a plant or a plant cutting within water, that there's actually no oxygen there, but there is. And if you think about a fish in an aquarium, it has water, and sometimes we have to change that water. If you think about a riffly stream, so if you have a stream versus a pond, generally there's a little bit more oxygen within the running water within the stream. So I just have this these cuttings right here. Now these are philodendrons, they're not pothos, but you'll see that some of them are starting to grow maybe a little bit of roots. I had just taken these cuttings not too long ago. This one doesn't have any roots. I'd be trying to probably pull out a bunch. But I generally change the water once a week. Now you'll find that even with these philodendrons and even pothos, they don't require too much of a water change. But when you do change the water, you are putting more oxygen into the system, which is technically great for the roots. However, if you have like a waterlogged soil, or if you have really wet soil, there's two things that are happening there. The water is filling the spaces between the soil and blocking out the oxygen. So the roots are not being able to uptake any oxygen from there. And additionally, when you start to have wet soil, you're starting to get more bacterial growth, which can really actually kill some of those soil roots. So it's part of the reason why cuttings and plants could really grow quite well, pretty much for an extended period of time within water in a jar versus just waterlogged soil. And of course, different plants have different tolerances for that as well. So hopefully that answers your question, Jimmy. It was a really good one. The next question is from Tara D. Hey Summer, I really want to grow herbs in my house, but I don't have much window lighting. Any tips in Herb Envy, Tara? Yeah, so herbs love light. I don't know if you maybe you'd watched one of my earlier videos, but my mason jar plant garden was supposed to be an herb garden at first, but it was just too far away from a window, so I wasn't able to grow any herbs. If you don't have window space, or you don't have a balcony, or you don't have a backyard, then I would suggest augmenting with some grow lights. You could probably find small units. I don't know how much they cost on like Amazon.com or what have you. I mean, even Soltech Solutions, I got an aspect light, which is a nice LED grow light that hangs above, one or two plants that would really be able to supplement some lighting for you. And for herbs, they don't really, I would say, they don't last long, at least in my house. So if I'm cooking with herbs, I'm often always clipping them. And I would need to grow, even for me, cooking for one or two people, I would need to grow a lot more herbs, and I would need to stagger them. But I don't really have that much window space that I could or would want to dedicate just to herbs alone. So if you're an Herb Envy, don't worry. You can always supplement with grow LED lights, and they have really nice ones that can grow right on your countertop. I have a feeling they're probably within the $100 to $200 range, which seems a little bit pricey, but you could probably even do some DIY ones that aren't so difficult. And again, I grow my herbs in both south facing and north facing light, And one of the other techniques that I've done in order to be able to get more light into the room is to actually install mirrors on the sides of my windows. It throws people off a little bit because when they look outside the window and they're actually getting a reflection of the mirror, they see what's behind them versus what's in front of them. So orientation wise, it can really throw people's direction off, but it also brings in a flood of more light into the house, particularly in those north facing windows, which is totally clutch. So hopefully that answered your questions. And again, if you're enjoying this channel or if you're enjoying a little bit more of gardening and plant tips, tune in to Homestead Brooklyn and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.